Alternative civilian service. Today, this is one of the few chances for mobilized Russians to stay alive, human rights activists say. According to Article 59 of the Constitution of the Russian Federation, any citizen of Russia has the right to refuse military service for reasons of conscience.
As citizen of the Russian Federation, if his beliefs and religion are contrary to military service, has the right to replace it with an alternative civilian one, and he declares that this right sends an application to everyone in 5 instances that he has conscious belief he won't kill people. Everything is very simple, no philosophizing is needed.
Partial mobilization in Russia broke all records for the number of violations. Seriously ill, fathers of many children and people with disabilities are sent to the front line. Authorities catch potential mobilized people on the streets, in the home entrances, at the entrance to the subway. Most often police officers and military registration and enlistment offices take advantage of the legal illiteracy of citizens. The methods familiar to the Kremlin are also used: threats and intimidation.
Forced conscription is one of the most severe violations because when a person is simply handed a summons, he has time to come home, turn on the computer, surf the internet and find tools to protect his right not to serve in the army. Everyone has them. When a person was just walking down the street and they detained him and sent him somewhere, he hardly knew where to go.
Today it is important not only to prepare for any development of events, but also to be morally ready to defend your rights. So did Dmitry Gurkin from Moscow. He managed to return home from the military registration and enlistment office. However, at first he had to spend 8 hours in the police.
I came home, sat down to fill out an application for alternative civil service to the prosecutor's office and the military prosecutor's office, on the actions of police officers and on the actions of military registration and enlistment office employees.
It is important to be persistent, human rights activists say. In most cases, success is achieved thanks to the active position of wives and mothers and the determination of the mobilized themselves, who film everything that happens on video and argue with the police and military commissars.
I know that there are no laws regulating the procedure and terms of alternative civilian service during mobilization, but my constitutional right to conscientious objection to military service remains with me.
Indeed, today the law on alternative service says that it is only for citizens from 18 to 27 years old, and during the period of mobilization it is not provided for at all, what military commissars and judges often use. However, no one cancelled the constitutional right. For example, those mobilized from Kazan in their desire to refuse to participate in hostilities are also supported by the Constitution of Tatarstan, and it clearly states the Republic rejects violence and war as a means of resolving disputes between states and peoples. The Constitution has direct effect.
I know a man who came to the draft board in 1990s and the Chechen war was going on and he applied and said war is hell and you are the devils who send people to hell. I will not go. A criminal case was initiated against him, but it didn't add with anything and it was done by 18-year-olds. Can't adults do the same today and say, I'm not going to kill?
Any citizen of the Federation who is subject to conscription can refuse to serve in the armed forces of Russia and ask for alternative service for reasons of conscience. Beliefs can be religious, pacifist, philosophical, moral and ethnical, political and legal. Reported by Roman Smoler, Yulia Granovska, UATV News.